Please like the video and share it so that it reaches many more people and you get sawaba, or rewards from Allah. This could be a sawabe jariyah or continuous reward for you long after you are gone.
Volume 2, Book 26, number 659. Narrated by Abu Hurairah. When Allah's apostle intended to enter Mecca, he said, "Our destination tomorrow, if Allah wished, will be Kaif Bani Kanana, where the pagans had taken the oath of Kufa against the Prophet, i.e. to be loyal to heathenism by boycotting Bani Hashim, the Prophet's folk." See Hadith number 221, Volume 5. Volume 2, Book 26, number 660. Narrated by Abu Hurairah. On the day of Nahr at Mina, the Prophet said, "Tomorrow we shall stay at Kaif Bani Kanana, where the pagans had taken the oath of Kufa, heathenism." He meant, by that place, Al-Muhasib, where the Quraysh tribe and Bani Kanana concluded a contract against Bani Hashim and Bani Abdul Muttalib or Bani al-Muttalib that they would not intermarry with them or deal with them in business until they handed over the Prophet to them. Volume 2, Book 26, number 661. Narrated by Abu Hurairah. The Prophet said, "Do Suwaikatain," literally, one with two lean legs, from Ethiopia will demolish the Kaaba. Volume 2, Book 26, number 662. Narrated by Aisha. The people used to fast on Ashura, the 10th day of the month of Muharram, before the fasting of Ramadan was made obligatory. And on that day the Kaaba used to be covered with a cover. When Allah made the fasting of the month of Ramadan compulsory, Allah's apostle said, "Whoever wishes to fast on the day of Ashura may do so, and whoever wishes to leave it can do so." Volume 2, Book 26, number 663. Narrated by Abu Sa'id al-Khudri. The Prophet said, "The people will continue performing the Hajj and Umrah to the Kaaba even after the appearance of Gog and Magog." Narrated Shubar Extra. The hour, Day of Judgment, will not be established till the Hajj, to the Kaaba, is abandoned. Volume 2, Book 26, number 664. Narrated by Abu Wail. One day, I sat along with Shaiba on the chair inside the Kaaba. He, Shaiba, said, "No doubt, Umar sat at this place and said, I intended not to leave any yellow, i.e. gold, or white, i.e. silver, inside the Kaaba, undistributed." I said, to Umar, "But your two companions, i.e. the Prophet and Abu Bakr, did not do so." Umar said, "They are the two persons whom I always follow." Volume 2, Book 26, number 665. Narrated by Ibn Abbas. The Prophet said, "As if I were looking at him, a black person with thin legs plucking the stones of the Kaaba one after another." Volume 2, Book 26, number 666. Narrated by Abu Hurairah. Allah's apostle said, "Do Suwaikatan, the thin-legged man, from Ethiopia will demolish the Kaaba." Volume 2, Book 26, number 667. Narrated by Abbas bin Rabia. Umar came near the black stone and kissed it and said, "No doubt, I know that you are a stone and can neither benefit anyone nor harm anyone. Had I not seen Allah's apostle kissing you, I would not have kissed you." Volume 2, Book 26, number 668. Narrated by Salim that his father said, Allah's apostle, Osama bin Zaid, Bilal, and Uthman bin Abu Talha entered the Kaaba and then closed its door. When they opened the door, I was the first person to enter the Kaaba. I met Bilal and asked him, "Did Allah's apostle offer a prayer inside the Kaaba?" Bilal replied in the affirmative and said, "The Prophet offered the prayer in between the two right pillars." Volume 2, Book 26, number 669. Narrated by Nafi. Whenever Ibn Umar entered the Kaaba, he used to walk straight, keeping the door at his back on entering, and used to proceed on till about 3 cubits from the wall in front of him, and then he would offer the prayer there, aiming at the place where Allah's apostle prayed, as Bilal had told him. There is no harm for any person to offer the prayer at any place inside the Kaaba. Volume 2, Book 26, number 670. Narrated by Ismaili bin Abu Khalid. Abdullah bin Abu Awfa said, Allah's apostle performed the Umrah. He performed tawaf of the Kaaba and offered 2 rakat behind the Maqam, Abraham's place, and was accompanied by those who were screening him from the people. Somebody asked, Abdullah, did Allah's apostle enter the Kaaba? Abdullah replied in the negative. Volume 2, Book 26, number 671. Narrated by Ibn Abbas. When Allah's apostle came to Mecca, he refused to enter the Kaaba with idols in it. He ordered idols to be taken out. So they were taken out. The people took out the pictures of Abraham and Ishmael holding aslams in their hands. Allah's apostle said, May Allah curse these people. By Allah, both Abraham and Ishmael never did the game of chance with aslams. Then he entered the Kaaba and said takbir at its corners, but did not offer the prayer in it. Volume 2, Book 26, number 672. Narrated by Ibn Abbas. When Allah's apostle and his companions came to Mecca, the pagans circulated the news that a group of people were coming to them and they had been weakened by the fever of Yathrib, Medina. So the Prophet ordered his companions to do ramal in the first 3 rounds of tawaf of the Kaaba and to walk between the 2 corners, the Black Stone and Yemenite corner. The Prophet did not order them to do ramal in all the rounds of tawaf out of pity for them. Volume 2, Book 26, number 673. Narrated by Salim that his father said, I saw Allah's apostle arriving at Mecca. He kissed the Black Stone corner first while doing tawaf and did ramal in the first 3 rounds of the 7 rounds of tawaf. Volume 2, Book 26, number 674. Narrated by Abdullah bin Umar. The Prophet did ramal in first 3 rounds of tawaf and walked in the remaining 4 in Hajj and Umrah. Volume 2, Book 26, number 675. Narrated by Zayd bin Aslam from his father who said, Umar bin al-Khattab addressed the corner, Black Stone, saying, By Allah, I know that you are a stone and can neither benefit nor harm. Had I not seen the Prophet touching and kissing you, I would never have touched and kissed you. Then he kissed it and said, There is no reason for us to do ramal in tawaf, except that we wanted to show off before the pagans, and now Allah has destroyed them. Umar added, Nevertheless, the Prophet did that and we do not want to leave it, i.e. ramal.